Good morning and welcome to the RAD Half Marathon and 10K podcast. I'm Amy Silvers. I'm the administrative coordinator for iDaph events, and I have with me Daphne Kirkwood, who's the owner of iDaph and our wonderful race director. And we have Jessica Payne, local runner, who has participated in the recent Asheville Half Marathon. And we're all here to give you the nitty gritty details of what you can expect out on the course for the RAD Half Marathon and 10K.
We're super excited about this one. It has been just so much fun planning this event, especially coming off of the March races that were at the same location. Now we have even more intel on what that sort of looks like. And so it's just been a blast planning this. I'm excited for everybody.
Yeah, and I can't wait to give people the inside scoop on the course. I ran the half marathon course back in March, and it's super fast, super fun. It's very scenic. There were tons of cheerleaders all throughout the course from my personal experience, which was exciting. To me, I will be racing the 10K, so I'm going to cut it in half this time, going for a fast time. And checking out the elevation course and having had to run it, I know it can be a fast time. So it's going to be tough to hold back at the beginning. But I'm excited to hopefully race a new PR on the USATF certified course and maybe earn a prize.
Yeah, I know. We'll talk about those prizes.
Oh, man.
It's an inaugural race, but we sort of had something similar in March, except we don't have the marathon. We have the half and a 10K. But what makes this race so special is the River Arts District. It has just grown and blossomed and changed over the last couple years with the new Greenway. And we're really trying to incorporate everything we can that is unique and special to Asheville and to the River Arts District. So the music, the vibe, the arts, our awards are made from an artist who is in the River Arts District. And then, yes, Jess, it's super fast. So I was looking at the elevation because I think you posted that on your Instagram. And for the mountains of Western North Carolina, I must say, especially downtown Asheville, which is notorious for being super hilly and hard for races. Amy's like, yeah. The elevation gain for the 10K is 72 feet. I mean, you get that at the beach when you run. And the net loss is 283 feet. So minus 283 feet. The half has an elevation gain of 206 feet, which is nothing, and elevation loss of 416 feet. So, I'm not saying it's all flat because it's not, but it has variety to the course, which I think is really fun and is helpful for your muscles too. But yeah, it's going to be exciting. It's going to be fast.
So we're Sunday, June 12th. And again, this is the inaugural race, you said. And I'm excited because I'm going to be doing double duty. I'll be working packet pickup. I will run the 10K, and then I will come back and you will see me at the merchandise tent, the iDaph merchandise tent at the finish line. So double duty, but looking forward to it.
Oof. So the race is starting in downtown Asheville, like it did for the Asheville Marathon and half in March, right, Daphne?
Yes.
Where downtown?
It's in Pack Square Park. So the start line is on Spruce Street, right downtown Asheville. Yeah, so the start and the finish are in two different locations. So the start's downtown, the finish is at the Wedgett Foundation. They're a couple miles apart. So we do have shuttle buses that after the race will take you back up to the start where you park. There's plenty of parking in downtown, parking garages, street parking. We have multiple hotel partners that you can park and walk over to the start line. So yeah, I think it's a unique race in that it's point to point, but that's what also makes it fast. Otherwise you're climbing back up those hills to get downtown, and we don't want people to do that. So
thank you. I appreciate that.
Me too. Okay, so Daphne, when we run these races, we have charity partners. Who are we running for this year?
Yeah, so Asheville Humane Society is our main charity partner. They're just incredible what they do for the pets and the animals in our community that need help. Many of you have already actually donated online when you registered, but you can continue to do that. And then also they're going to be out on the course volunteering. They'll be at several of the water stations as well. And then we have iDream Athletes Foundation, which helps support folks in our community that might need assistance with race entry fees, travel expenses. We want people to be able to live their dreams. And, you know, if there's a runner who qualifies for Boston and they don't have the funds to get to Boston, travel expenses, that sort of thing, that's what we help with. We also help cyclists who you know, might need equipment, might need a new helmet, or maybe they got hit or wrecked their bike and might need new equipment. So we help with those things too. So iDream is fantastic. And so both of those are our charity partners, but Asheville Humane Society is our main one for this one.
Okay, and what kind of items do they need and where can people bring those?
Yeah, so they are in major need of pet supplies. So dog food, cat food, Kongs, like the tough toys and stuff that don't get ripped up really easily. They need canned dog food. They could use leashes, kitty litter. So all of those things can be brought to either packet pickup on Saturday. They can bring them on Sunday morning and drop them off before the race at the Asheville Humane Society van, or they can bring them after the race to the party and the van will be there for them to get those things.
And can people donate money? If they want to donate money, can they do that there?
I believe they can. I mean, I'm sure they're not going to turn away cash. I'm not sure if they'll have a credit card, something or another. But you can definitely donate online when you register.
Perfect.
Let's talk about what people can expect on race weekend. Is there packet pickup for this event is before the race, like before the day before the race?
Yes, packet pickup will be at the Wedge from 2 to 5 p.m. on Saturday. That's the day before the race. We'll have the big iDaph tent set up behind the Wedge at Foundation and 12 Bones on Foundy Street. And we really want to stress how important it is to try to get to that packet pickup because you'll want to get your shirt, your bib, your goodie bag with all your things. And that goodie bag, that drawstring bag will also be what you use for your bag drop to have that. And you'll also get on your bib, you'll have a free beer tag, and that is only for race day. You won't be able to use that on Saturday, but you'll have that for Sunday for race day. We did offer the option to have your packets shipped out early, and a lot of people, that has really become popular. We've been shipping a lot of packets out early. People are taking advantage of it. It's very convenient. You don't have to race around trying to get somewhere to get your stuff. You've already got it. And then at the end of the race, you can just come to the merchandise tent where I'll be after I finish the 10K, and you can pick up that drawstring bag and swap shirts if you need to, all that good stuff.
Oh, cool. If people paid to have their stuff mailed to them, can they still pick up the super cool RAD drawstring bag?
That will be.
Where can I get
Daphne's,
that?
Yeah, Daphne's got that. They're so cool. Yes, we will have those. If you paid to have your stuff shipped and you don't make it to packet pickup Saturday to grab that, we will have those at the finish line at the iDaph merchandise tent. So just swing by there and grab that then.
Okay, is that the same place they could swap out their shirt if they've already got their shirt mailed but need to swap sizes?
Absolutely. Shirt sizes can be swapped with what we have left, and they will also be at the iDaph merchandise tent at the finish line after the race.
Cool. So if they've got their number already, but they've changed their mind about the half marathon and they want to drop to the 10K, should they just run, or do they need to check in somewhere and make sure it's changed in the system, or how does that work?
Yeah, so they definitely need to change their bib out, especially if they've already gotten it. So they need to come to packet pickup on Saturday and do that, or they can do it before the race and before packet pickup ends on Sunday morning. Because the volunteers are going to be paying attention to those bibs. They're two different colors, they're two different number sequences. So leaving those bibs on really messes up the volunteers and the police along the way. And also your timing will be messed up. So you won't get a time, unfortunately. So yeah, it's critical that if you have a bib, you decide, hey, I'm not feeling it, I'm going to switch. That's fine. There's no shame in that. We'll gladly do that for you, but you've got to bring that bib up and make sure that's switched before you run. If you make that decision while you're running and you're, running along and you see where the 10K split is and you're like, I think I might switch to the 10K. You can do that, but please don't cross the finish line, and let them know at the finish line that you've dropped out of the race. Because that also will really skew the results. If you are a halfer and you come into the finish, you have that half bib on, it'll really mess things up for timing. So just keep that in mind. I also wanted to mention while we were on the bags, that on the race number, there's a little tag, a tear off tag, that says bag drop or gear check. What does it say, Amy? Do you remember on the race number?
I don't remember, and I don't have one right here, but I think it's gear check or bag check.
Okay, so you'll take off that number and use a safety pin, and you can get that at packet pickup, and you will just attach it to the top of the bag somewhere. And that's what you will give at the bag check if you're going to drop a bag off. A lot of people lately, especially for a 10K race, might not need to necessarily have a bag of things and can, easily slide a credit card and your phone in your shorts or bra pocket. There's so many ways now that people are able to actually wear those things on them. But if you want to use the bag drop, you can, and that's how you attach the number. So I just wanted to mention that while we were on it.
Cool. Can people still sign up for the race at packet pickup?
Yes, registration will close at 6:30 the morning of the race. So registration will close at 6:30. That'll be at packet pickup. That'll be the end of packet pickup, and then the race will start at 7.
Okay, so they can switch the race the day before at packet pickup, but what about that morning of the race? Can they switch then?
They can if they need to. We don't encourage that because it creates a lot of stress. Honestly, it creates stress for you, the runner, and us as a race staff trying to swap out your numbers and stuff. And that takes a little extra time. So, create less stress for yourself and take care of that on Saturday if you're going to do it.
Okay. So will there be packet pickup available race morning?
There will be, but it will be very limited. That's why we want to try to encourage everybody to come on Saturday. The limited packet pickup for race morning will be 5:45 to 6:30, and that will just be shirts and bibs. Goodie bags we will not have there. Those will be available again at the iDaph merchandise tent after the race at the finish line.
Let me just correct you on that, Amy. It's just bibs. Shirts and goodie bags will not be there. They'll be at the merchandise tent. So it's gonna be super simple setup, just a race number, and they'll have to get the rest of their stuff after the race.
Gotcha.
So if they don't get their super cool RAD drawstring bag on Saturday, then and they want to use the finisher bag at drop off.
Mm-hmm. We'll have some clear plastic bags for those people to use. It probably won't be one of these. They can get this after they're done racing, but we'll have some plastic bags that they can use and they can affix their number to it, or they can use a big marker that we'll have and write their number on the outside of those.
Will there be shuttles this year from the finish back to the start?
Yep, there will. The shuttles are a little different if you did the Asheville Marathon in half in March, just because we're not picking up runners at hotels and taking them to downtown. So the only shuttle that will be downtown will be for spectators who are watching the start of the race and then want to go to Wedgett Foundation to see the finish. And so that bus will leave about 7:05, 7:10 at the very latest, because we'll have some fast 10K people coming in around 7:30. So we got to get you down there quick. So if you want to hop in that bus that's up there at the start line, if you're a spectator, you'll need a ticket for that. They're $20. You can purchase those on Race Roster. And then we'll get those tickets to your family member or whoever registers. And then after the race, we'll have buses running from 7:30 to noon, from the Wedgett Foundation back up to Pack Square, where you started the race, essentially in that area, in that vicinity. And those buses will just continuously run. So if you're down at the Wedgett Foundation and it's 10:40 and you're like, hey, I'm finished down here, I'm going to go hop on a bus, they will be coming and going all morning.
And you mentioned parking before, but where again can people park?
Yeah, so there are a lot of different parking locations that are convenient to the race start. On the event guide, there's several listed. Rankin is one that's close. There's one on College Street, but I would definitely check out the event guide for all the different locations for those. But yeah, there's plenty of parking.
All right. So after you're parked, what's next?
Well, grab your coffee. If you want a little caffeine fix or a shot of espresso before you start running. Barebones Brewhouse will be there with their coffee cart at the start line. Asheville Humane Society will be there with their van to take the finisher bags. They will also be taking your donations right there. So we want to fill that van up with donations and finisher bags. So bring those there. The race is a mass start race at 7 a.m. That means you don't start before 7 and you don't start after 7. It means we all start together at 7. We've been noticing more and more that there's people that are just stragglers that are starting late at races, and it really messes up the police and volunteers that are out there. So you got to start at 7. It's just dangerous, frankly, for you to start when everybody's gone, or to start before the race starts. That throws everything off. So 7 o'clock, that's when our mats are turned on, our timing mats, our timing systems. There will be porta-johns down there as well. The porta-john lines always seem to just be super long in whatever race that we have. And it seems like we could put 50 porta-johns out there and they would still be long. So use the bathroom before you leave your hotel. I know most people need to go again before the start of a race. But just keep that in mind. We're getting as many porta-johns as we can that are available to us because actually porta-johns are hard to find right now. So we have what is provided to us, and we have them all over the course. And we'll have a lot, but just know if you're going to need to take care of that business and you're going to do it in a porta-john, leave yourself extra time. Don't show up at 7:50, and then try to get in the porta-john line and then try to start at 7. Those numbers just don't add up. So that's my little spiel on the porta-johns.
So being late gives me an anxiety attack. So I got in the porta-john line and then realized I hadn't checked my gear in yet, but the gear check was literally right across from the porta-johns. And so the people in the line held my spot so I could run and gear check, got right back in line, used the right to start just in the nick of time. But so it was, the way you guys have it laid out is very convenient. So
yeah. Well, yeah. And I mean, it's an early race. I mean, we all want to sleep till the very last minute for a 7 a.m. event. Hello, it's early, but for this one day, just get up early, get your routine started a little bit earlier than normal, take care of your business. And don't try not to rush and stress yourself out on race day. We want you to enjoy it from start to finish.
Yeah. Well, tell us a little bit more about the gear check.
So So like I said, you pin the number on the bag. And then if you don't have one of our bags, if you haven't picked this up yet, we'll have plastic ones there for you to write your number on. And then it's the Asheville Humane Society van. That's where you put it in. And that will be taken to the finish line. And right next to that van will be a finisher bag tent. And we'll have those bags organized for you to pick up after the race if you elect to use it. You don't have to use the finisher bag option. It's just something that's available. That's a nice amenity. So.
Okay, thanks. So we get to Pack Square, got the bib pinned on the front so you can see it. It's very important that our numbers are shown, not bent or crinkled. It needs to be definitely visible. So once we get that all taken care of, where exactly is?
Yeah, so if you know where the stage is in downtown Asheville Pack Square, it's close to that. So that's a good focal point for you to look for. The start line is actually downhill Spruce Street, right by Pack's Tavern. And it's sort of close to the fire department as well. So those are just some good visual spots for you to think about. And you'll see the big, start line and everything when you're down there.
Okay. Are there pacers for the half marathon or 10K?
We do not have pacers for this event. Maybe we'll add that on if it's something that people would like for years to come. We'll see.
Okay. So the course is similar to the Asheville race that was held in March. What's the course like? Is it the exact same or?
It is. Yep. It's exactly the same. The 10K, didn't happen in March. So the turnaround for that 10K and the half, they run together almost 5 miles together. And then the 10K will split off from the half. And that happens before the runners get to the end of the new greenway before Amboy Bridge. So there will be a sign there. There will be a volunteer there. But watch for that because you're going to be all mixed together. You're not going to have 10K running on the right side and the half on the left. You're all smushed there together running along. So, look for the signs and the course marshals. It's up to you to pay attention to those things. If you have headphones on and the volunteers yelling or, trying to convey messages to you and you're just glossed over and running and not paying attention, like we're trying to talk to you. But yeah, you've got to take it on yourself to see where the split is. But like I said, if you've gone to the end of the greenway before crossing the Amboy Bridge to go over to the parks and you're in the 10K, you need to flip around because you've gone too far. The half just needs to keep on running down the greenway towards the Amboy Bridge, and they'll go across the bridge and into the park system, and they go out and do a big old loop out there in the parks, and then they'll come back and finish the same way the 10K does.
Okay, so at the turnaround for the 10K, will there be a sign with like an arrow that says 10K that way?
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes, there'll be signs. The thing about the greenway is I really don't want to put spray paint on the greenway. So I just elect to do that only on roads that have a lot of traffic. It's chalk, spray chalk, but it still lasts for a long time. So the greenway is a little tricky when it comes to markings like that. It's hard to do a big old arrow with the stickers that we have. But we will have a person there. We have a sign there as well. But also, you can look at the Ride with GPS map. You can download it on your phone and it will talk to you while you're running. It will tell you left turn. So
cool.
Will there be a cone there that we run around at the turn? Sometimes at turnarounds, there's a cone and we circle around the cone and then come back. It's
more like you're on the greenway and you step down into the bike and then turn onto the bike lane.
Gotcha.
So the cone is more, there will be a cone, but it's a step down. Gotcha. Jess, do you remember when we did the course preview? Is there anything else you can think of to explain that?
Step down and run. Yeah, I remember doing that part. But oh gosh.
Yeah, I mean, there'll be a sign and there, you know, it's just pay attention. I mean, the thing is, like I said, there's people doing two different races. So you can't just expect the person in front of you is doing the same race that you are. So that's the biggest thing.
And if you're registered for the 10K, you don't want to run the half.
No, not this time anyway. All right, so Asheville Hills, it sounds like a mostly flat, fast course, but are there any stinker hills that we should be prepared for?
Yeah, so just coming out of downtown, and I was sort of going through this in my mind before our podcast today, you know, there's a little rolly dippy hills on Hilliard Avenue, and then you go screaming down Klingman, and then it's just down, 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 down. That's the hilliest section that I can think of for the course. Can you think of any other areas, Jess?
No, I'd agree. And the hills, even in the beginning, there's plenty of down, so it's not like you're running uphill for a long time. They're very short.
Yeah.
They're not steep and they're not super long. Very manageable.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
Very manageable. What time is the course closed?
10:30. Everybody needs to be off the courses.
Okay. All right. So everyone has to be done by 10:30. Is there a sweeper in the back?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
There will be sweepers in the back. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so with the course markings and all the signs, I run with music. Sometimes I'm guilty of cranking it up too high, but I try to, especially when I'm racing or when I'm on a road, I try to keep it down low so I can hear traffic or volunteers instructing me what to do. So we definitely, again, especially since there's a course split and the 10K turns around while the half keeps going, if you do have those headphones on, make sure you can keep that at a volume where you can hear a volunteer directing you, so that everyone stays on the course they need to stay on.
Mm-hmm.
So we've talked about the markings, the signs, the chalk, and the important 10K turnaround. Is there anything else, any other important marker that we should be aware of other than the one 10K turnaround? Or
yeah, there's two other turnarounds. The half and the 10K do the first one together, and that is down Riverside Drive. It's just beyond White Duck Taco. You cross the railroad tracks and you're running along, and it's near Salvage Station, and so both will flip around and then come back together. So that's more in the beginning of the race. I think it's between 1.5 miles and 2 or 2.5. So it's early on in the race. And then the half marathon has a turnaround, and that is going to be at mile 8.3 to be exact. These numbers in my head. Yeah, so it is just for the half marathon. There will be a timing mat sort of out in that vicinity as well for the halfers, just to be sure you've made it out there and you made that turnaround. There will be other timing mats as well, checkpoints along the way too. So just FYI.
Okay. Will there be any water stations on the course? What kind of, any fuel?
Oh yeah. Yep. We have lots of water stations out there. There's 1, 2, 3, 5 of them. Asheville Humane Society is covering 3 of them. Green Moose Fuel with their yummy moose fuel will be out at Carrier Park. So they have one. And then Fleet Feet Asheville, which is always a fun one. They'll be out there as well.
Okay. Will there be porta-johns at these water stations?
Yes, porta-johns at the water stations. There's also public restrooms out there along the course, which is really nice if you want to wash your hands. I mean, the porta-johns have the hand sanitizer, but but yeah, there will be legit restrooms, and I'm still waiting to find the opening time on those. Sometimes it's 7:30, sometimes it's 8, but there are porta-johns at all the water stations too.
Where can our friends and family come to cheer us on? Other spectator areas?
Yeah, I would say parking at the Wedgett Foundation in that big giant parking lot that's back there by Summit Coffee, and then walking out to the Greenway area, or walking out to the edge of the road is probably a great spot, because you're going to see the runners passing there twice, and it's also close to the finish. So you can just head out from the Wedgett Foundation to the main road, see your runner, and then you can head over to the finish line while they're doing their last sort of pass on the Greenway and come back. So, we'd like to minimize traffic as much as possible going across the Amboy Bridge into the park system area, because runners are crossing the bridge, and it's just, a tight squeeze. And so I would say, spectators staying on the side of the bridge where the Greenway is at is probably the best. But in our event guide, there's a whole list of locations that we recommend for that.
Cool. Is the course closed to cars?
It is not closed to cars. We do expect minimal traffic, especially at 7 a.m. on a Sunday. But there will be vehicles. We do have police, security officers, and volunteers all on the way, helping with that traffic. But just be aware, be cognizant and aware of your surroundings as you're running.
All right.
Definitely run in the middle of the road. And when we set up the course, we'll put directional arrows and stickers and signs where we want you to be running. So pay attention to those. If you're running facing traffic and you're like, I'm not seeing anything over here, it might be that where you're at, you need to be actually running with traffic. So pay attention to that. Listen for those cues as well from the volunteers.
Okay. All right. So we've had an awesome run, crushed the race course, finished.
Yes.
Now, what do we do next?
Well, you're going to cross the finish line, and you're going to get one of these beauties right here. They're so amazing. These finisher medals just came in. They're awesome. So you'll pick that up. You're going to grab your water from Mountain Valley Water, and then head over to the post-race party.
What other kind of foods and drink we got?
Well, we have Hendersonville Co-op. They're going to be providing some granola bars and some fruit. There's going to be some snack stuff there, just snack food. And then the post-race beer, you'll have that ticket that you can use on your race number. That's good at the Wedgett Foundation. Lots of yummy coffee and drinks at Summit Coffee as well. And food and drinks and fun are 7:30 a.m. to 11 a.m.
I'm excited for that post-race party. I can't wait for 12 Bones. They're world famous, and their smoked turkey and corn pudding. My mouth's watering just thinking about it.
And you said that with your Southern accent, Amy? I know, my mouth is watering too. The turkey sandwich is my absolute favorite, if you guys have not heard that yet. Most people already know that, but I actually just got a text message from them on some things that they're going to have that are special for the runners. Because it's such an early race, they're going to do some breakfasty type stuff. So they will have the turkey sandwich. They're going to have grit bowls with eggs and pulled pork. Oh my goodness, that sounds yummy. Breakfast Sammys with eggs, cheese, or bacon, egg, and cheese. And the sides that they're going to have are jalapeno cheese grits, fruit cups, and hash brown casserole. So
I forgot about those jalapeno cheese grits. You got to add that to the list too.
Oh man, so good. So good. So you can get 10% off at 12 Bones with your race number, and 25% off with your race number at Summit Coffee as well.
I will be utilizing both. So what is the news I heard about the recovery zone at this race?
Oh yeah. So Asheville Personal Training, Michelle is bringing it when it comes to the recovery. We're going to have all kinds of things for folks to use. They called pneumatic sleeves. Is that the name of them, where you put them on your legs? And
yeah.
Yep. So they'll have those. They'll have rollers, foam rollers, mats, the trigger gun. What's that called? Is that what it is? It's like, yeah. They will have all kinds of things there. And then we'll also have comprehensive chiropractic, Vitally PT, and yoga and massage. They will all be there as well.
I'm looking forward to seeing comprehensive chiropractic there. He's my chiropractor, been my chiropractor for years. And depending on what aches and pains I get after I finish the 10K, I might have to hit him up.
Before you punch your clock to get in.
That's right. That's right. Quick, fix me quick before I go to the merchandise tent.
Well, Vitally PT helped me out with my hip. So I was able to get a consultation with him over the phone, video like this. And so I told him if I won, give him a high five after the race. So he's helping me run. Like, I have had no pain in my hips since.
Wow.
So
awesome.
It is big news for me, because I have actually been struggling quite a bit. So, and I've never stopped by the yoga table, even though I see them after the post race, because I'm afraid. It sounds weird, but I'm all sweaty. Like, do I want them touching me if I'm sweaty? Like,
I know.
I think I want to try. I think I want to go over there and say, hey, I'm sweaty. Can you massage my calves? Will they do it?
They will definitely do it. I mean, they're expecting sweatiness, and they actually have the tools with them and supplies to, clean things up before and after. So I think you're fine. They're expecting it. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
If you weren't sweating, they probably would think that would be weird. So.
Well, there's just so much. I'm looking at the event guide about the post-race party, and we've already talked about the free beer and stuff like that, which seems to be a hit. But there's also there's going to be live music and an award ceremony. You can pick up your goodie bags, the massages, and then the photo drop or the photo op. I missed it last year somehow, so I'm going to do it this time.
Oh, good.
Yeah, super excited about all that.
Yeah. Well, and I think I forgot to mention, we're going to have live music on the course. Did I say that? Yeah.
Not yet.
Yeah. We're going to have it out there. So you won't need headphones. You will be entertained with music and with your friends, new friends, old friends. Yeah.
Okay. So results will be posted online at the website. There's going to be an award ceremony. What time will those be held at, and what else do we need to know about those?
Yeah, so the award ceremony is from 8:45 a.m. or approximately 8:45 a.m. for the 10K, and then the half is going to be approximately 9:15. And we do have prize money for the 10K, folks. $100 for the winner, 75 second, and $50 for third. That's from First Bank. And then we also have $50 for two in the pack winners. So we randomly pick people in the pack. So you want to stick around for the award ceremony to see if you are an in the pack winner, even if you don't win something overall. Fleet Feet also has gift certificates for overall winners. And then I think that Amy might have something to show us from Catherine Adams. They're amazing.
These are the pint glasses that she made. If you missed the video is on the RAD Facebook page. Definitely go check the video on how she makes these. I met her last night when I picked these up. Super talented. These things are gorgeous. That was the pint glass. Here's the magnet.
Super cool.
And then the little pendants, the Marini necklaces.
Yeah.
They're just
RAD logo.
Beautiful. Yeah, they're the detail in these is just amazing. I mean, she did a fantastic job. They're gorgeous.
I
Well,
love how the local businesses, like it's not just some random, you
Yeah.
know, plastic cup. You invest in the community with these races. And I think that's really cool. So
yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
our t-shirts are printed locally, the awards are local. Everything that we can do local, that, the music, the people we're having for music, all of those things, we're just trying to invest, into our local community. So Catherine Adams is awesome. She actually is going to run the 10K, and she will be handing those out to folks at the award ceremony. So make sure and
Cool.
say hi to her. She's amazing. So we're excited about those. We also have the virtual races too, I believe. Don't we, Amy?
We do.
Yep. So you can submit those results up until, do we know when you can submit those results? Is it Sunday night at midnight?
Typically, it's either Sunday night or Monday night at midnight. I think last time you said Monday at midnight.
All right, so Monday night at midnight, we will be shipping out virtual packages now that we have the medals in, and those will start to go out early this next week, so that if you are racing on Sunday on your own, wherever you live, you can put that t-shirt on and that medal on and take a picture and send it to us on Instagram and tag us, and we'd love to share that. So thank you for participating virtually.
And what about our sponsors and our race partners? Who do we need to thank for supporting us and giving us the opportunity to make all this happen?
Oh man, there's so many people. This is such a community effort. I mean, all the way from the city of Asheville, the city police, all of those folks. And then we have Asheville School, Fleet Feet, Asheville, like I mentioned, yoga massage already, Asheville Regional Airport, Vitally PT, First Bank, Green Moose, Fuel, Friday Health Plans, 12 Bones and Summit Coffee, Wedget Foundation, Movement Puzzle, Asheville Personal Training. We have iHeartMedia, The Brew, that's a sponsor, Comprehensive Chiropractic, Hendersonville Community Co-op, and Mountain Valley Water, to name a few.
So a big thank you to all of those for supporting us.
all right, anything else?
Oh man, I can't think of anything. I'm going to talk about the Appalachian Trilogy, but Amy, can you guys think of anything else that wasn't mentioned?
I think we've covered everything.
Okay, it's pretty thorough. The event guide has a plethora of information, maps and stuff like that too. So if we didn't talk about it, check that out. The Appalachian Trilogy, if you have already done one of our races, one of our halves this year, either Jump Off Rock, which was in May, or the Asheville half, you can still join in the trilogy. RAD would be your next race, and then we have Black Bear half. So Amy, how many people do we already have in the trilogy that have signed up for 3 races?
108. There's a lot of people that have signed up for just 2. So get that 3rd one in so you can get that super cool extra medal.
Yeah, so we'll be ordering those the first part of July. So there is a deadline to make that decision. And all you need to do is sign up for 3 of those races, 3 of those 4, and then you're in the trilogy. You don't have to fill out a form or anything like that. So it's pretty easy to just be part of. But we have some pretty awesome blinged out gold, spinny medals for the Appalachian Trilogy. So, you need more medals for your collection for sure.
Every runner loves the bling.
I like the bananas. I like the bananas. That's it. That's enough for me. No, just kidding.
You are easy to please, and I like that, Jess.
Good.
All right. Well, thank you guys for joining us for today's podcast, and we look forward to seeing you on Sunday, June 12th, for the inaugural RAD Half and 10K in downtown Asheville.
See you there.
Thanks,
Yeah, looking forward to it.